Hey coach, do more videos for beginners. Sure, I can do that. I get asked this question a lot, but before I jump into the 5 points I'm going to share with you, I want you thinking about learning is continuous every day, every week, every month, every season. I've been coaching for 30 years and I never switch off the learning. I'm constantly trying to upgrade my knowledge. That's important. So in this video, I'm going to go through a journey of buying a bike, early stages of nutrition, upgrades, etc. and really make it specific and give you some tips along the way that will advance your biking experience. Let's dive into it. Oh, by the way, I'm in the shop below my studio today, so you might hear a bit of chit chat in the background, but don't worry, you won't understand a word of what the mechanics are saying. Okay, point one is the buying of the bike. You've got two options, haven't you? You're going to go online, it's a little bit cheaper, or you're going to go to your local bike shop. Well, I am advising you strongly, go to your local bike shop. The price may be a bit more, but do you know why? You're getting expert advice. You're getting a free service after you've ridden it. Remember, your cables are going to stretch, your gears are going to go out of line. You need them tuned up. Also, you're having the bike built in the shop. There are so many little things that can go wrong after those first few rides. Bring it back, get it fixed. Boom, on you go. You buy it online and something goes wrong. Where are you going to go? You're going to go to your local bike shop to get it fixed. So you're going to be paying the money that you would have saved anyway from buying it in the shop. It makes so much sense. Now here, because I am based above the shop, I can measure people, actually guide them towards the bike that will fit them. Sure, you can go online and you'll find lots of charts and sizes, but they're based on your height and your inside seam. A lot of them don't take into account your torso length, and I can put 10 people in a room the same height and they will all have different metrics. Here, we're very good at Sprockets because they will discount the price that I will charge somebody for the measurement and the fit. They'll take it off the bike price. There are lots of shops that do that. Contact them and say, hey, have you got a relationship with a bike fitter? If I can fit before I buy, it means that you're getting a bike that's wrapped around you, which means you will cycle it more, which means you will fall in love with it more. There's nothing worse than someone coming to me who's bought a bike, they've done it impulsively, they've gone online, they've seen it very quick, last few in stock, they're getting a great discount, boom, they hit that buy button, the bike arrives and it doesn't feel right. They're confused because on the charts it said it would fit. The charts are unique to each company, and I mean, if you go and look at them, you will see a great range of sizes. Buy from a local shop where you can. Get a link up with a fitter if you can. My next point is clothing and how important it is to stay warm. And I want you thinking about the 3 H's: head, hands, and hoofs, your feet. By keeping them warm, we'll enjoy the ride more. We're more likely to go outside more. Oh, I know there is great apps and we can stay indoors all year round, but cycling ultimately is about getting outside and pushing ourselves, challenging ourselves against the elements. So for our head, things like a skull cap, whereby cover our ears, keep them warm. Our hands, try surgical gloves below your gloves. They can build up a layer of air and sweat. Doesn't sound pleasing, but it does work. It keeps your hands warm. And if you have a mechanical and you take your gloves off, the surgical gloves stop your hands getting covered in oil. So when you turn up at the cafe, you don't have to hide your hands behind yourself. Then there's your feet. There's things like waterproof socks, overshoes. Keep your feet warm. And at any particular point, if you do get super cold with your feet, get off your bike. Take the overshoes off, even take your shoes off, undo them, because sometimes circulation issues happen by having your shoes too tight. Move your feet around and suddenly they'll get warmer. And it can really make a ride a lot more pleasurable, because the last thing we want, especially as a beginner, for the bike to go away and think, I'm only going to ride it in the summer. No, I don't care if you ride it indoors, but when the weather turns or there's an opportunity for you to get out, do it, because that's what cycling is all about. Challenging ourselves on the road, the wind, the rain, the hills. It really is exhilarating and it can be so rewarding. So don't get caught out with poor clothing. Yes, I know clothing can be expensive, but you really do get what you pay for. And for our body and our legs, think about layers, layering up. Yeah, I sound like Shrek. In fact, I do sound like Shrek, don't I? Layers. Get the layers built up. Therefore, you can remove them, you can zip down, all sorts of things that we can do to prevent getting cold. Okay, next point I want to talk about is nutrition. And this is the point that most people get wrong. In fact, over 90%, whether you're a beginner or you call yourself an advanced or expert rider. It's because a lot of people start out cycling because they want to lose a little bit of weight. Nothing wrong with that, and it will happen. But I want you to think of it as like winning the lottery, but winning it slowly. You've got to stay consistent. You've got to turn up and keep riding. But you've got to understand that any ride that you do causes damage to your body and you need to recover from it. That's the overload, but we recover stronger, fitter, faster. But you've got to eat. Eating is the fuel that's going to drive you faster, but it's also the fuel that's needed to recover. So I want you thinking of the 2-hour rule. You've got 2 hours of fuel right now in your body. You can go out and ride for 2 hours. Yeah, your fitness may struggle and you might find that hard, but it doesn't matter. You've got the fuel there. So if you go over 2 hours, you've got to massively replace that fuel. Because if you don't, you'll just stay in the recovery phase for longer. You'll feel tired, fatigued, demotivated, loss of interest. The bike will go away and it won't come back out. So please start gently with your journey, but eat, eat, eat. Eat regularly. That 2-hour rule is also important when you're off the bike. Don't go more than 2 hours without a small snack, a small meal. Start to clean up your diet for sure. That will happen because you'll be more motivated, more committed to training. You're on this new path. So it'll happen anyway. Don't always jump into fancy products. There's lots of them out there. You can make some at home, but just eat. Please eat as much as you can. You will burn it off in that training and you'll stay motivated for all the future rides that you've got coming up. Remember, you are only as good or as strong as what you can recover from. So there's no point doing a really hard training session on a Monday and being so tired and fatigued that you can't go on the bike again to the Saturday because you've probably lost the gains that you made on the Monday. And that is not sensible. Be smart. Eat. My next point is one that always causes a little bit of controversy. Upgrades. Don't listen to that chit chat. You need this level of bike. You need this weight of bike. You need these wheels. You need this bottle cage because it's 2 grams lighter. You need to focus on upgrading your legs, your lungs, your mindset, your consistency, your nutrition. All of these things will advance your fitness. You've got to understand that fitness, it's like winning the lottery slowly. You need to continue to invest time. But it takes time, but you do win. You will win that big prize in the end. So don't get sidetracked by some of that chit chat in your WhatsApp group that someone's bought a set of carbon wheels. They've shaved 500 grams from their overall weight, but they've got a belly on them like Father Christmas. Just always think about focusing on the training. Hey, the heavier your bike and the heavier the gear is, the fitter you will become because you're increasing that resistance. Just think what it will be like when you do make that jump and that upgrade. Hey, win-win for everybody. So don't fall into that trap. Don't be that rider. Oh, but those Oakleys are super nice. Oh, but they won't make you any faster. Yeah, but you look good. The final point I want to make for beginners is a cautionary tale. Be very careful of Strava. Most people are attached to it now. They use it for motivation. They use it to challenge themselves, track their fitness, push themselves. But it can also create a bubble that's a little bit false. And what I mean by that is I have seen lots of beginners get caught in the trap of the comparison. They're not looking in a mirror and seeing themselves. They're seeing everybody else. They're putting out rides that they believe are being judged by others. So they have to raise their game in order to meet what they think are the views of others. Don't fall into that trap. Use apps like Strava for what they're there for, measuring yourself. Look in the mirror every night when you've done a training session and just say, have I progressed my own fitness? You're not measuring up to anyone else. And remember, there is no perfect scenario that you're comparing yourself to. It's only you. So use these apps in the way they're intended to progress yourself. Because if you keep turning up, if you keep spinning the wheels, you will make progress. Keep using the app as it's intended to measure your progress. Remember, if you're on the right bike, you're going to keep spinning. If you've got the right level of clothing on, you're going to stay active. If you've got the nutrition right, you will progress massively. And if you don't chase upgrades, you will continue to push your fitness and your mindset. It's win-win. 5 simple tips for anyone really. Hey, don't forget, if that video's added value to you, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. What are you waiting for? Come and join us every Monday night at 7 o'clock where we're going live, answering questions from the community and talking about all things fitness, nutrition, bike fitting, mindset, and a few Scottish jokes as well. And don't forget Wednesday where we go live. You can come and sweat, smile, spin with the coach. You stay safe. Keep spinning, keep smiling, and remember, anyone can train hard. There's only a few of us can train smart, whether you're a beginner or not. Yeah, I guess so.